We all have dreams. For some, whether if they are daring in life or not, these dreams turn into nightmares. For others, the dream vanishes when they wake up. For some belong to a dream that's bigger than themselves, that the sands of time could only tell. For some belong to a dream even bigger than themselves. We gather here this moment in close solar solstice, 2025, Anno Domini. Let me take you back to a time before there were cell phones and clouds, and the layout of the land was proceeding and progressing in the generation known as X. One of the skill rates is on the rise, and just like the fruit spheres in British Columbia today, and just like that glowing ore from the cartoon thing, and no, something came down, and a race was born. I, Slod the Slayer, bear witness to the tale of these end days. Come with me now if you want to know. The glory days of when just over the law and many detrimental shores made you get extra long gloves from all your friends' drunk moms at parties. As awkward as that was, it made you understand you were a broken man, just like the Metallica song. Riddles still reading the presents Song Zero history. A sad song of cold steel tonight. Here before this tale be lost in the sand. The time was the early 1980s, and something was always off-putting or eerie and scary in my house. Gloomy weather was the norm, and endless flat land was also a norm in northeast Ohio. They say my Native American great-grandfather had spirits in his house and snakes underneath his porch. My parents were spitefully that I was always scared of something invisible and did not know how to articulate it was a foreboding presence. This would future inspire me to absorb the sound of the ancient, the training and all things for mass. That song was Feel the Dark by Iron Maiden. All that remains understand. There's an underlying meaning to something that exists. And whether doesn't have to have a meaning at all, still problem. It's the action and the calculus and the struggles of the limits of the The time was the mid.
Sequens exorcismus recitali potest ab episcopis. Nec non sacerdotibus, quia ordinaris suis, alientum autem navit, in nomine Patris, et Filii, et Spiritus Sancti. Exudat Deus et visitantur unici Deus, et fugiam qui ordinum necum face Deus, sicut difficit humus, deficit, sicut fruiscera facilis, sic periunt peccatores facit. Doni, nos entes me, expugna impugnantes me, confundatur et reverentum quaentes anima mea, abertantur et sum, et confundatur portantes mihi mala, fiat tampum vivis in facim venti, et angelus Domini certam eos. Fiat diei lorum tenebrae, et lumicum tantum Domini persequensemus. Ora morabis ascondum mihi, interitum navi sua. Superbatque exploravemus anima mea. Veniat in aquos cum me, et capsut humus.
Hello, anybody watching or lack thereof. I'm warming up. I'm really out of shape. So I'm like filming whatever the hell I'm doing because I keep getting blisters on this foot and I'm not gonna probably perfect that skill that I'm doing. I'll explain that combo if you care about it, whatever. But this is the summertime, 2025. I'm not a summertime person. In the summer, I'm a wintertime person. I never started getting in shape until I got on the wrestling team as a kid. It's a winter sport. Pardon me, I'm really fucking tired. I live in the desert and the sun is so draining. But I need to start training with footwear on because I keep getting blisters and shit on my foot and yada yada. So I'm gonna try to get this on film. Let me see what some people wrote, text, whatever. Some people. Hold on, let me turn this down. I need glasses. Nathalie, that's a very beautiful name. Hello. Khan said low kick. That's funny. Yeah, I'm kicking pretty lazy and I'm kicking pretty low. Lucas said, hey, what's up, Lucas? Cubba said, hi, what's up, bro? Matt said, hi, what's up, Matt? Khan is laughing at me. I'm sorry, I don't read Israeli or whatever it was, but how you doing? Matt said, hey, how you doing? Khan keeps laughing at me. Bon Jasky, that's funny. No, supposedly, actually, these bags are set so high off the ground and the camera tilted up like this. But AJ Van Baker would still call me a fat lop. AJ Van Baker is the coolest martial artist alive right now, guys. Yeah, I'm a fat ass, and I haven't been training high kicks or anything lately. But no, honestly, I don't care. No one believes me. The kicks are higher than they look like because the phone is set like this. And oh, that's just excuses for being fat. Somebody's gonna say, yeah, probably. But no, actually, they're like mid-level. Watch, I'll stand next to the bag. It'll be like my navel area, and I'll back kick it. And I can do a spinning back kick. I have an unorthodox spinning back kick. I don't have to look at the target, and I can still hit it. When I was, I haven't sparred in 5 years. I got so good at it, believe it or not. I have broken ankles or whatever. I could show you the scars of surgery. What I don't really want to identify myself. Like once the ATF and ICE come to deport me and shit, I don't I don't really want them. That's the guy. He has that dragon tattoo. Like I don't really want the notoriety, but watch, I'll explain what I'm doing, I guess. Who cares, you know? But you can learn something. I don't know if any martial artists are out there. Oh yeah, so I got so good at sparring that I was able to daydream and not really look at my target and still hit them because I've been doing it since I was 11 years old. I'll show you what I'm saying. So conventional spinning back kick. Oh, I'm so fat, dude. Conventional spinning back kicks like, oh, I'm gonna step to 1 o'clock. The camera's mirrored. Step to 1 o'clock, turn, look over your shoulder, chamber. I don't do any of that. Watch. I'm looking at his eyes. I've already downloaded, look at about right here. I've already downloaded, I want to hit there. So, I didn't. That took me like 30 years or something to do. Did you see how smooth and badass I did that? That took me like 30 years to learn. I would teach some people, but really, that's something like that, I'm not gonna teach for free. I've used that kick as a pull counter. There's another variation of it that you're almost guaranteed to hit them in the balls with it. But watch, okay, so watch, let me show you how badass I am at stuff. So look at, again, I'm fat and I'm floppy, right? And I don't get to do this enough. The conventional way is to step till 11 or 1 o'clock, look over your shoulder and chamber, and then go like that, spinning back kick, right? I don't do any of that. Look at, so it's my head level. Here's because Khan is laughing at me, this is my midsection level. Midsection level is about right there. So, look into his eyes. I've been aiming high. Yeah, you can get kicked in the leg, right? Well, I just step back. What's he gonna kick me with? He's gonna kick me with his He's gonna kick me with his right leg, right? I'll either step back or I'll step outside this foot so that right leg has no, it has, laughed at me, whatever. The right leg has no power by then. He could kick the inside of my leg. I could just move back, lift it, block it, whatever. But it's a game. There's no perfect stance. Looking right in his face. Midsection's about right here. I've already downloaded the target. Okay? I didn't ki or nothing. I have one of the best spinning back kicks in the world. Again, look at, so I've been jabbing or whatever, staying out of range. I'm looking right at his face. Here's his midsection, right? Still looking, making eye contact. I already downloaded the target. Then this one's harder to train, but so if they're coming at me, whatever. Oh, like, whoa! Look where I hit. It's a crotch. I went here. I swooped my leg between. He was coming at me. Right in the balls. So like they're coming at me, right? Oh, that was so low. Yeah, I hit about right here. Oh. I forgot what I was going to say already. The summertime drains. My water bottle's holding this up, so I got, oh my God, that chick looks like she's from Brazil. Anyways, Joe Rogan has a more powerful spinning back kick than me, and he's a little guy. I'm a huge ogre, and I have a more precise and faster spinning back kick than him. It's weird. Anyways, I got one of the best spinning back kicks in the world, and rock and roll. I don't know if anybody gives a shit or is watching, but good for me. 7 people are watching. So, I'll show you some other little tricks or whatever I'm doing. Good for me, whatever. So, really, I'm just practicing. Like, most of the time, they're like this. So this hand's in the way. People are like this, right? I clear that hand or whatever the fuck, right? So I'm basically coming in and pushing this hand down. So I was jabbing, coming in and pushing that hand down. Jabbing, coming in and pushing this hand down, because they're like this. And then I'm gonna kick them like inside the leg right here, like that, and then right across them. Well, you see what I'm saying. So I'm gonna go for a jab. Dan Henderson used to do that. Dan Henderson's a badass. He would whoop my ass. Well, so let me show you that spinning back kick again. So, here's her face. Here's the midsection. So I've been jabbing. That's not even full power. I didn't go, hi-yah! I didn't exhale right. I'm really sloppy. Footwork sloppy. my spinning back kick is a nanosecond or so faster than the conventional way they teach a spinning back kick. So it catches them more off guard. Oh, which is going to lead me to all these people who talk shit on like karate or taekwondo or Steven Seagal or Frank Dukes. They're like armchair professionals or couch potato spectators. I'm not a huge dude. I like all the action movies. I'm sure Steven Seagal is an asshole, and maybe he likes his kind of a douchebag, but lots of martial artists are. A 30-something-year-old Steven Seagal, a 50-year-old something, a 60-year-old Steven Seagal. If he was face to face with those armchair professionals, let alone like even the people who talk shit on him, who have fight experience, like on podcasts or whatever, who's notoriety, worthy, and they have, and they're barely 200 pounds, even if they're 200 pounds. If like Steven Seagal was a bouncer and they were face to face in a small enclosed setting, Steven Seagal would turn them inside out. Cool. Steven Seagal would turn them inside out and shove their own arm up their ass and toss them outside the building, dude. So a lot of people nowadays, they talk shit on classical martial arts. Like, I've never had to wrap my hands. It's actually a hubris. They say, oh, like Ramsey Dewey, he'll be like, oh, okay, like Ramsey Dewey, like karate guys always lose to boxers. Dude, like, look, I'm like king of the weekend warriors, and I'm getting old, and I miss my prime or something like that, right? I'm washed up or something, right? But like, what was I gonna say? The classical martial artists, dude, a lot of them would shove their foot straight up those people's ass talking shit. What was I gonna say? Oh yeah. I've outsparred almost everybody in my freaking life, dude. I haven't sparred since like 5 years. People they didn't want to spar anymore, dude. They were getting mogged on front of their chick. I'm not a great grappler, I admit that, but anyways, what was I saying? The classical martial arts. So yeah, these douchebags, they talk shit on like karate and taekwondo, and they think only like Muay Thai and wrestling works or Brazilian jiu-jitsu. It's a sham, man. You can YouTube judo guy beats Brazilian jiu-jitsu guy. I like Brazilians. I respect all the arts, dude. I like Thai people. They have really the best Asian food and like hospitality and stuff. They know how to party, man. Like Southern Asians really know how to party, dude. Like I like all of them, man. I'm just saying, like, no, dude. Benny the Jet Rodriguez, Lyoto Machida, freaking Wonder Boy Thompson. There's too many lists. Like, I'm so tired. Anyways, check out my spinning back kick, guys. Ugh. So like again, they tell you like, oh, step to, that's my 1 o'clock, that was my 3, 1 o'clock, or 11 o'clock, right? Then look over your shoulder, look at your target, chamber, and kick. I don't do any of that, dude. I have the best spinning back kick in the world. Watch. It's their face, right? You're gonna be lower because they're like this. There's their face. There's their midsection. I'm looking. I'm looking high. I didn't even TI or anything like. Yeah, good for me, dude. And like, oh my god. So yeah, if I was on your side of the screen, I'd be like, oh, dude, can you hit that when the bag is coming at you and all that? Yeah, man, if I'm in the zone, I can get in that kind of shape, but you got to be doing this like every day, you know? So I am gonna tune in, subscribe. I have to be a douchebag and ask so I can go live at all. Basically, my channel, this is small, but first I had like the fattest, hugest cat in the world. I was getting like thousands of views. Then I started going on precarious hiking adventures, which I plan to do again. I'm like absolutely like I'm accidentally fucking Casey Jones from the Ninja Turtles and Rex Kwon Do from Napoleon Dynamite. You guys, I didn't try. I did not try to be a douchebag like that, dude. You ever seen the movie That's My Boy with Adam Sandler? He has nunchucks and axe spray in his backpack, okay? My friends called me a douchebag because that guy's son calls him a dude. Anyways, because, dude, I already for like 10 years, I was known as the guy who has nunchucks and axe spray in his fucking backpack. You think you'd be smart, you get like real man tools, like a Gerber multi-tool, some prophylactics. No, I didn't even become. I've counted like it's always in fours or something. I freaking whipped out nunchucks 4 times to repel assailants. Crowbar to. I can't even. I don't even remember. Dude. One time someone was saying something at work, and I'm like, oh yeah, I got in a fight with the Ford Expedition with a rubber hammer. They're like, what? I'm like, I know. Like, I say things that don't make any sense and they don't sound real. And I'm not. I became Casey Jones from the Ninja Turtles and Rex Kwon Do. I didn't even mean for that to happen. This is all I know. Like, I wish I knew auto mechanics or welding, or I only know martial arts. That's why you should like, subscribe, and whatever, dude. I remember one time, dude, it was like almost 10 years ago. I was like trying to be like a really good person or something stupid like that. I was, I'm Christian. I'm not trying to knock God. I was like reading the Bible and trying not to like waste money on sluts. And people are like, dude, they're talking like that guy. If you start winning on him, he'll start magically levitating and somehow get up and whoop your ass. I was that good at this shit. I'm not trying to brag. It's if you do something since you're 11 years old, I should have learned how to like put together off-road hot rods or something welding. I wish. This is the only thing I. Anyways, check out my spinning back kit, guys. So conventionally, simps and normal people like Joe Rogan, who says that the DMT machine elf gods and all the other Eddie Bravo fan flat earthers who think that Taekwondo and karate sucks, even though Lyoto Machida would whoop all their ass. And Eddie Bravo thinks the world is flat. And the DMT God said that Jesus is an alien, all that bullshit. They'll tell you that, and all their sycophants, like their fanboys and armchair experts and spectators and fighters who drop weight to get in a weight class, and to be an MMA fighter, guys, all you have to do is take human growth hormone, only eat like tuna fish, don't pay any child support, learn how to live with your mom until you're like 30 or 40 years old. get a bunch of douchebags to buy tickets to go to fight at like Gladiator Championship or King of the Cage. Don't spend any money on necessities like diapers or formula or child support or alimony. Just get mohawks and tattoos. Then get a coach to cherry pick all your opponents, right? Then put on social media that you're a fighter. That's all you need to do to be an MMA athlete. Dude, a regular MMA athlete would be getting too tired to do this kick sitting like I'm doing. They have to wrap their little hands. They're telling you, like, oh, worship Joe Rogan and the DMT elves say that Jesus was an alien. Okay, all those people, okay, they'll tell you that Joe Rogan has an extremely powerful spinning back kick, and mine is better, and I can use it as a pull counter. So they'll tell you to step to 1 or 11 o'clock, okay? Turn around, look over your shoulder, look at your target, chamber, okay? I don't do any of that, and I'm already fat and tired from sitting like a sumo wrestler. Wow. And then someone's saying in the comments I'm too fat and I kick too low. Watch. Here's my big dumbass head. It'll be a stance. Here's my head. Here's my midsection. I have to kick up right there. I'm not looking there. I'm looking here. I'm gonna hit you. I have a better spinning back kick than Joe Rogan. AJ Van Baker would kick my ass. He would kick Joe Rogan's ass. And we're talking about fighting like men, guys. We're not talking about like, I have the luxury of coming to work late and sleeping in because daddy owns the business that helps me buy human growth hormone. And I have a gym membership, and I was barely on the high school wrestling team, so I lay on people and hump them on the ground. I'm talking about fighting like gentlemen on the fucking feet, right? Get the fuck back up, shit like that. Fighting like gentlemen, fighting like Olympians, because karate and taekwondo are Olympic sports. But these guys who think like Eddie Bravo and Joe Rogan are gods and that the earth is flat and the DMT elves told them that Jesus is an alien and that E equals MC square, that taekwondo and karate and classical martial arts and martial artists like Steven Seagal and Frank Dukes, who was in the Marines, even though the people talk shit on him, never done anything like that before. They're gonna tell you that for eons we thought we were all doing karate and taekwondo, and then that shit supposedly sucked. And the Martin Luther of the Gracies came in and enlightened everybody that only Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu and Muay Thai works. And I'm here to tell you that they're stupid. And even though I'm only the king of the weekend warriors, and I whooped all their asses, dude. They were better grapplers. But if we're gonna fight like gentlemen instead of like homeopathic sapiens on the feet like gentlemen, like Olympians, I outsparred them all, dude. And they're trying to say that karate and taekwondo are obsolete. They're stupid. So anyways, guys, you want to check out my spinning back kick? People are actually still watching. Wow, cool. So, like, if I had subscribers or made money off this shit, I'd actually teach you that shit. I'm just giving a lesson today that these punks that call themselves MMA fighters who think that they're better than karate, taekwondo, aikido, kung fu, whatever, all that stuff, right? The classical martial artists. They think that they're better than us or some shit like that, dude. And I'm telling you that if we don't monkey hump on the floor like homeopathic sapienoids, and we actually like duke it out like gentlemen with space and time and stuff like that, and like if we do this shit like straight up like civilized Spartans, dude, like no, man. The classical martial artists are better. That's why they're in the Olympic sports. And to be an MMA fighter, all you have to do is be a second tier athlete that couldn't go to the Olympics. So you take a bunch of human growth hormone and you save all your money for mohawks and tattoos, and you get your coach to cherry pick your opponent by not paying child support and trying to live in your car or with your mom until you're 30 or 50 years old, right? Being a douchebag and not working overtime and not trying to buy your 4,000 kids from like 8 different strippers. Like you're not trying to buy them a house or trying to work overtime or trying to prove yourself. You have a weird ass ego complex that you can't let go, and you get lots of domestic disputes, issues, and cops called at your house, and your dad owns half of the business, so you can sleep in every day, and you think that you're better than everybody else because you have a high protein diet. They're douchebags. I've been a martial artist in an actual classy ass sport since like the early 90s, and the MMA dudes were some of the most douchebag ass fucks, dude. So anyways, check out my spinning back kick, guys. It's better than Joe Rogan's. So again, they tell you to step to your 1 or 11 o'clock, right? And then turn, look over your shoulder, chamber, and boom, right? I don't do any of that. Watch. And then someone says I kick low. Yeah, sure. Watch. It's my dumbass head level. It's my head, right? There's my waist. I'm just gonna see her right there. So looking at her eyes. Okay. It's because real athletes like me did a classier sport instead of hump dudes on the floor in a cage. Did an Olympic sport, and they're trying to tell you that Taekwondo and karate and the classical styles are no good, but I outsparred them all. I mogged on them in front of their chicks, and they're stupid. So anyways, sit back, watch a show, and so am I showing I could do this kick because freaking this foot keeps getting stupid ass blisters on it, so I'm gonna have to stop working out barefoot, which is gonna make my kicks go down or ability go down or whatever. But anyway, I'm rusty. I gotta do stuff today, but the whole fact of the matter, or the point of today was to have a better spinning back kick than Joe Rogan, and they don't know shit. Nobody knows shit. Steven Seagal would whip their ass, and Frank Dukes was at least a Marine. So, I mean, it's funny. You could check out this channel called Space Ice. They make fun of Steven Seagal. It's fucking hilarious. But they're all nerds. At the end of the day, they're all nerds. Steven Seagal is like 6'4". Steven Seagal would just jam their arm straight up their ass, dude. Like, he would turn them inside out like a pretzel. Like, so anyways. Oh, and then MMA fighters, dude. It's so sad. Like, they have to sit there and like wrap their hands over and over and over. Like, look how big my knuckles are, dude. You get that from like karate, taekwondo. You get you don't really get that from MMA. But yeah, I'm getting old, fat, but I can still do that, you know? That's another thing that makes this fucking pathetic about them, because they're not like year-round martial artists or true athletes. You know, somebody had a party and they were watching UFC and drinking Bud Light, and then they got a wild hair up their ass to like get a coach that will cherry pick some person with like Down syndrome for them to beat up. Like some sad person they convinced to get in the cage that like is on like halfway disability or works at like Sam's Club. And then you have some douchebag that like his dad owns his business, so he could keep coming in at like 11 or o'clock in the morning or like 1 p.m. Work 3 hours, go to the gym, use his dad's truck to go like cheat on his chick, like not pay alimony bills or whatever he's doing, buy his like mohawks and tattoos and human growth hormone, squash the shit at a freaking poor Humberto, the gas station clerk that someone convinced that he could go step in Saboba Casino. And then his small little hometown gym sold like 3 tickets. They put his little Cracker Jacks box trophy in their museum, their mausoleum of like supposed accolades of their ghetto ass trashy. I'm see real martial artists like me. I'm working out at a state of the art place. These guys work out at dungeons trying to hide, from their baby mama because they're like sleeping in a smelly ass gym because their friend owns it and they owe so much child support and shit, dude. But they're spending it on freaking steroids and making other godless, homunculus ass offsprings with like rancid ass ratchet strippers, and then they put on social media that they're a fighter, and then they listen to Joe Rogan and Eddie Bravo say the world is flat and the DMT alien, like they're like all buff as fuck and they're like dancing with glow sticks at fucking clubs, taking DMT, saying Jesus is an alien and that taekwondo and karate are obsolete. They suck, dude. I outsparred them all. They have to be bigger than you and monkey hump you on the floor full of steroids in an enclosed cage. But if they actually fight like gentlemen and it's on the feet and with like dignity and honor and actually like, I told these MMA fighters so many times, I was like, dude, you're not, real men are like, real men eat, they don't care about their protein or macronutrients, man. They eat like cup of noodles and tortillas because they're actually trying to buy their fucking 800 kids gifts for their birthdays or and fucking like pay their child support or work overtime to like buy their family a house. They're not sitting there half-ass running their dad's business, and they're better. They think that they're better than all of us. Like we're all these superfluous fucking prosimians that just exist to be in their way and be like NPC background characters. And I clog the freeway so that it takes them longer to go to like the gym or go to GNC, General Nutrition, whatever. So they're better than us because they got up this morning at 1 p.m. They got up this morning at 1 p.m. 1 p.m. is morning to them. And they commit to high protein diet, and squats, and intermittent push-ups throughout the day. And that's why they supposedly deserve to breathe more air than you. And then they're gonna sit here and say that karate and taekwondo are obsolete. It's stupid. And I haven't sparred in 5 years, dude. I would mog on them in front of their chicks. They stopped fucking trying to spar me, dude. And it's full of shit. So I'm glad you guys like my spinning back kick. I have to be a douchebag. Ask you to like and subscribe because when I become world famous and you guys are my minions, my extreme sycophantic rabid following of minions from the beginning, then I could start for a living training you how to do this crazy spinning back kick right here so that you could levitate and throw fireballs and you could do all the other stuff that classical martial artists do that Joe Rogan and MMA fighters are telling you are obsolete or some shit. I appreciate the 7 likes, guys. So I don't know if anybody gives a shit or you're still watching, but I'll elaborate why this shit's okay. Oh yeah. So I want to let you guys know out there to be a badass, to be a man, to be a Spartan. You don't have to be a martial artist. Just whatever you're doing, be that shit to the extreme. Like I don't know, maybe you're a kid, you're a student, and your parents are stupid. So clean your room, do good grades and shit. If you have a family and shit, act like you're paying attention to the kids and fucking sacrifice your shit by waking up early to get your push-ups and shit in and trying to bang your wife really hard and shit like that so that you're a good man, dude. So whatever the fuck if you are doing your best at life, no one deserves to give you shit, and God and nature will stick up for you if anybody's trying to dish your props because you don't deserve it. You don't have to be a martial artist to what the fuck. But I would recommend it. I would recommend it. So if anybody's got any concerns, comments, bitches, or complaints, you should comment shit, dude. I'm telling you, I'm not trying to say I'm like a Yoda master. I mean, I am here because I've listened to so many coaches that I can tell you, I could point you in the direction where you're supposed to be going. You could be like, oh, Uncle, fucking Slod. I have so many nicknames. Uncle Slod, like fucking. I'm a shorter dude, man. Like, I can't borrow your style, martial artist. Oh, dude, are you a good wrestler? Oh yeah, well yeah, dude. Just they don't know if you're gonna come up high and get them to block high, and you're gonna duck down and tackle them, or if you're gonna duck down and tackle them and go high and fucking clock them. Like, there's different fucking shits, dude. Like, oh man, you should look up to Khabib or some shit like that. Oh, dude, you need a gazelle hook. Like, oh yeah. So fucking A. And I guess I gotta get going, guys. But you could point, fucking follow or some shit.